Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am back here today with another video, and this one is going to be a little bit different. Okay, so I kind of wanted to show how I do my past life readings. Okay, so obviously I am not like a channeler or like a hypnotherapist or anything like that. I'm not that skilled. Okay, I wish I was, but that's just not how it is for me. Okay, maybe someday, but not right now. Okay, so I did get a question about, how do you do past life readings? So I figured, what the heck, I'll come on and I'll make a quick little video and I will show you in case you want to get one yourself. And I would be so happy to do that for you if you decide that you want one. It's pretty basic, but yeah, I figured I'd come on here and show you that. So I have this deck and it's past life oracle card deck. Okay, so what I do is I take these cards and I'll shuffle them. So when I'm doing it, obviously, you need your full name and your date of birth. Okay. So my full name is Carsondra May. Okay. And my birthday is May 1st, 1995. Okay. So what I'm going to do is take these cards. I'm just going to shuffle them a little bit. Okay. Mix them up. And then I'm just going to lay them out, just like we do regular readings. A little sloppy, but that's okay. Okay. So I'll lay them out, and just like the regular readings, I will pull some cards that I'm drawn to. So for me, I'm just gonna pull 6. Okay, so give me a second here. See what I'm drawn to. All right, 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I pulled the Father. I pulled Wars and Battles. I pulled Monk or Nun. I pulled Egypt. I pulled Transportation. I pulled Greco, I think is how you say that, Greco-Roman. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up, no, my little treasure here. Okay, so I'm going to pull up the PDF for the cards, as you can see. Okay. So all right, so let's see here. Let me find the first one. Egypt. So Egypt. Okay, so this card signals a significant past life in Egypt, which relates to your present situation in question. When a negative pattern stubbornly refuses to heal, its roots are often buried in a lifetime beyond conscious memory. Fortunately, you can access and heal the issue like gardening. You can eliminate vestiges, V-E-S-T-I-G-E-S, of the past by pulling them out of their roots. If you're drawn to Egyptian culture or travel, you most likely had a positive experience in your lifetime there. You may wish to explore the belief systems of Egypt, tap into ancient memories. Much of Egyptian spiritually involved astronomy and astrology. So stargazing can also help you trigger insights and reconciliations. On the other hand, if the thought of traveling to Egypt is frightening to you, or you have negative feelings about its culture or spirituality, you may have deep-seated fears associated with your lifetime there. This is fairly common as many traumas occurred in this land in ancient times. Working with a qualified past life therapist or regression can help you heal and release old toxic energies. So, yeah, and that does make sense in the way that, I am very drawn to spirituality, and I think Egyptians were very fascinating. I always thought that was so cool. And it's really funny, too. I'll tell you what, I did horrible in school, okay? I failed every subject. I didn't even make it through school, unfortunately. I ended up dropping out. I'm not proud of that. It was just very tough for me. But the one subject that I could pass was history. That is the only subject that I could carry a 98% average, but everything else I failed because I have always been so just fascinated by history. So, yeah, I definitely relate to that. Okay, so next we have the Greco-Roman. Uh-oh, I lost it. Where'd it go? That totally just slipped out of my hands. That was really weird. Okay, well, I guess we're going to do father next because apparently I just lost that. I'll find it. I'll just have to scroll down. Okay, so father. Okay, so this card indicates that your father in this life was with you in prior lifetimes. Any issues you've had with your father likely began long ago. Look at the cards that you draw prior to and after this card. They will yield clues about the previous lives that you two shared. He may have not been your father in those lives, though, as souls continue to reincarnate together in different roles, such as, brother, sister, mother. To break any negative patterns with your father's soul, be willing to release old anger or unforgiveness. This can be conscious or unconsciousness, emotional energy stored in your psyche. Just your willingness to clear toxic relationship energy is enough to initiate the healing process. Remember that the forgiveness doesn't mean that you approve of this person's actions, but it simply means that you're no longer willing to carry around anger energy. By releasing the past, you subsequently heal your present and your future. If you totally forgive your father and yourself, you no longer have to reincarnate with that soul unless you choose to. You retain only the lessons and growth of the love that you shared. An added benefit is the healing work that you do with your father helps all the relationships that you have with men. And that's interesting too because I love my father. I didn't really get a chance to know him in this lifetime. A little bit when I was very young. He died in 2012 at age 50. He was very young when he passed. At least I kind of think 50 is kind of young. But he unfortunately suffered a lot of trauma in his life. He had a very bad alcohol addiction, and he, trigger warning, tried to kill my mother with a shotgun. He was very, very sick. And he always thought that I wasn't his child, so we didn't really have the best relationship growing up, which is kind of sad, and it breaks my heart, but I have went within, and I do forgive him for that. It took me a long time to realize, how sick he was, and it hurts, but I do forgive him, and I have let go of that anger and that resentment that I had with him. So, again, that does resonate. Okay. All right, so next is a Greco-Roman. I found it. And I lost it again. What the heck? There we go. I got it. Okay, so Greco-Roman. This card indicates that you have had a significant life in Greece or Rome that is influencing the situation you're inquiring about. You may have noticed that you're drawn to Greco-Roman agriculture, culture, or spirituality. Perhaps you visited areas of the Mediterranean. No, I haven't, but I wish I could. Which felt strangely familiar. Often when we visit a place where we have lived in other lives, we experience a sense of deja vu. During your Greco-Roman lifetime, you've had experiences and relationships that form the basis for your present life situation. You've also carried the knowledge forward that you have gained in this lifetime. Now that you're consciously aware of your connection to Greece and Rome, spend your time researching these ancient cultures and the spirituality associated with these places. Your research will trigger memories and insights, and you'll come to better understand yourself and situation. And again, that one does resonate too, because I have always been so fascinated by Greece and Rome and just all of those ancient cities, basically, I guess is what we would call them, right? They have a lot of history. They carry a lot of history. And I've always been very, very fascinated with that. So again, that does resonate with me. Okay, so next we have monk or nun. So let me just find it here. Where are you? Okay, monk or nun. So you drew this card as a result of your past lifetimes as a monk, nun, or someone similar. This means that you have lived a life filled with isolation, rules, and spiritual devotion. In your lifetime now, you may notice your tendency to isolate yourself from others. Oh my God, is that so true? That's crazy. In fact, you likely feel most comfortable when you're by yourself. Yep, I sure do. Other people may even refer to you as a monk. If this pattern is interfering with your relationships, you might consider having sessions with a qualified past life regressionist. Not a bad idea, honestly. In addition, you may have taken vows as a monk or nun that may be interfering with your relationships, career, and more. Unless these vows are severed, they carry forward through time. So, for instance, if you took a vow of poverty, you may be struggling today with financial insecurity. Other past life vows could be connected to chastity, which can impact your present romantic life, or self-denial, which causes you to feel undeserving or feel fearful of abundance. Often, it's enough to consciously bring the memories of these vows to the surface in order to release them. It's just a matter of clearly serving them in all directions of time. You can simply do so by saying the following: I hereby sever and release any vows that are self-destructive in all directions of time for everyone involved. So yeah, that does make sense. Not so much like the poverty or financial insecurity. I don't really have that. I mean, I used to, I guess you could say that. But I've definitely, went within, and again, that's another thing that I worked on in my healing journey. But one thing I will say, though, that top part with the wanting to be by myself all the time, yes, I love to isolate. I love to be alone. I'm a hermit. That's who I am. I'm the hermit. I always make that joke. I crave solitude so much. I always want to be by myself. And, sometimes it can be a little rough, you know what I mean? It's not always a good thing, but it's true. It's true. So, yeah. All right, so next we have transportation. Okay, so this card signifies that you've had intense experiences involving transportation in prior lifetimes. This is especially true if you presently have phobias related to airplanes and cars, oh my God, and so on. And these fears don't dissipate as a result of getting traditional counseling and hypnotherapy. In those cases, you've likely suffered a traumatic past life event or some type of vehicle which has caused you to lose trust in it. You may have been involved in the invention of form of transportation related to technology and a knowledge that wants to serve you in this lifetime. This includes those who lived during the time of Atlantis, when transportation was fueled by solar and crystal power. Your life purpose may involve reawakening the knowledge of alternative modes of transportation, which could be environmentally beneficial to our world at this time. That is so funny because I am freaking deathly afraid of airplanes. So that does kind of make sense. Like, I will never step foot on an airplane. There's no way. Like, I don't know what it would even take to get me on an airplane. It take a very lot. And it's probably never going to happen because I do have that fear. I am terrified of that. And you know what else I'm terrified of? Is the ocean. Now, I love to, go to the beach, like Daytona Beach. I've been to Daytona Beach. I've been to Virginia Beach. Just, kind of walking on the shore, with my feet in the sand, in like the shallow water. But like the thought of being like out on a boat in like the big body of water freaking scares the living crap out of me. And then the airplane as well, so I do think, I guess, that is part of a past life as well. And another thing too is 9/11. After the whole thing with 9/11 happened with the plane crash, like that really instilled the fear of airplanes in me. But hey, come to find out, maybe it's one of my past lives too. And the thing with transportation, travel too, like it's crazy because like my dream is to travel. Like I wish that I could just quit my job, leave everything behind, you know, have a lot of financial abundance and just go, you know, just get rid of all my stuff, sell everything and just go travel, just go see the world. Like I feel that so bad in my soul and I want to do it more than anything. I don't know if it's going to happen, but it is something that I really, really think about a lot. So again, that does make sense and that does resonate with me. Okay. And then the last one that we have is the war and battles. Okay, so war and battles. This card indicates that you suffered or were killed in a war in previous lifetimes. Your unconsciousness will tell you whether you were a soldier, an officer, or a civilian who was a casualty during a battle. That lifetime could have turned you into a pacifist, or it could have made you a conflict phobic. And you cannot stand any measure of violence or even loud voices. That, yeah, 100,000% accurate. That's crazy. Okay, so yeah, conflict phobia prevents relationships from deepening, as a part of the authenticity stems from sharing your true feelings with each other. Yep, that is another thing that I struggle with, you know, communication and conflict. You know, I hate it. I really do. All right, so conversely, that lifetime may have filled your heart with anger and the desire for revenge. In such case, you would have difficulty controlling your temper. This may even lead to addictions in your attempts to bring about peace. If you have that natural warrior spirit, it's important to channel in peaceful and constructive ways. For instance, being an activist for positive social change or a legal advocate who champions underdogs. So yeah, that makes total sense. Makes total sense. I hate conflict, you know, and that is one of the hard things about being down here on earth. You know, that is one thing that I do look forward to going home to spirit, is not having to deal with all this heaviness and just all this negativity, because I hate it so much, you know, and sometimes I want to go run and hide and just bury myself under a rock and just never come out and have to deal with people again, because it does affect me. You know what I mean? It affects me a lot and I hate it. And then, you know, not only just that, but, you know, just like some trauma, you know, growing up, you know, I was in a very negative household, you know, as most, you know, empaths are, you know, and it caused a lot of trauma and it caused a lot of pain, you know, a lot of yelling and screaming. Like I can't handle that at all. Like my adrenaline and like my fight or flight mode literally kicks in. Like as soon as I hear somebody screaming, I see people throwing stuff, you know, violence, I cannot stand it. And that's why, you know, in this life, I am, you know, trying so hard to heal these things, you know, because they have caused a lot of pain. And apparently, once again, you know, you do carry in a lot of these things from your past life, you know, and I think it's very interesting. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to show you guys how I do this. Again, you know, I know this isn't like a professional, you know, like hypnotist past life reading, but you know, it's still kind of fun to, you know, pull the cards and see. So yeah, I mean, if you're interested in doing that, I mean, it's free, you know, and maybe at some point if you want to go see like a professional one, you know, because I think I might too, actually. But you know, it's fun to do, right? It's fun to do. But yeah, you know, I figured I would do this and show you guys, because, you know, again, somebody did ask me how I do it. But yeah, this is how I do it. You know, I just take your information and I'll pull some cards and, you know, see what comes up and just let me know if any of it resonates with you or whatever. But yeah, I just figured I'd share that. So again, I know this is kind of a different video. I probably won't get that many views on it, and that's okay. You know, I don't care about that. That's not what it's about. I want to help people. You know, I want to help people heal. I want to help people just find their true inner strength and just, you know, persevere and move forward, you know, because a lot of us need healing. I think everybody needs healing. The whole planet needs healing. And, you know, I want to be a part of that. You know, as a light worker, I really crave that, you know, wanting to help others, and part of the empath in me as well. I want to help other people, you know, even if it's just pulling a couple past life cards. But anyway, yeah. So that's all I have for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a like. If not, it's okay. But yeah, if you watch this video, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And yeah, again, if you want me to pull a couple, past life cards for you, just send me an email. It's in the description box below the video, and I'd love to do that for you. Again, I know it's not like a professional, past life reading, but it still helps, and obviously, as you can see, it definitely resonated with me. So, all right, I'll see you guys later. Bye.